Hello friends, I want to tell you a very recent traumatic incident I went through. Saturday mid-morning, I got a call. I realized that that person was being rude and I just put the phone down and blocked that person. The same person persistently called again. Again I blocked. Okay, I don't want to talk with you. Third time he called again. And then he scolded me, terrified me that I have been tracked down to being party to a terror to our national security, and that my name, my Aadhaar card has enabled someone to open a bank account at Canara Bank, New Delhi. Now, this was a terrifying thought. And he said, okay, are you willing to register a FIR to the police? I'm calling from the TRI agency and all that. He threw a lot of big words. I still use my presence of mind that I will write down aapka naam kya and all that I wrote. And he very willingly gave it to me, very confidently gave it to me, which convinced me that maybe these people are not frauds. They are so good at conning people that... And of course, I was terrified. I didn't want to be part of a terror attack or, be party to it. So what he told me was, okay, do you want to file a FIR that someone is misusing your name and Aadhaar card? Why did you, why do your Xeroxes float around and people can misuse them? A lot of terrifying incident. I was alone. My husband had gone to the dentist. But they were so convincing. Then he said he would transfer the call. He gave me some complaint number, which those people also, they acted as if they were transferring calls and someone was speaking on the walkie-talkie and all that. Very convincing. And then he said, okay, now I'm transferring the call to a video call. And you are supposed to make sure that your phone is constantly charged. At no point are you supposed to disconnect the call. And all this was, one person would say it in a smooth voice, another in a very rough voice. Then somehow they displayed a police officer. He started scolding me. Aapko national security ka pata hai, and you have been a party to... They are playing on this last terror attack and the fear people have in their minds. They are using that to con us into believing them. So I said, okay, I have full faith in our Indian judiciary, in our Indian police, and justice will be done. They gave me some story about some Kishan Patel who has opened an account and on the Canara Bank New Delhi branch. He has conned people into investing in that account, and those people who were conned, they have filed police complaints. Very confusing. It took me a long time to understand what they were trying to say, because that bombastic voice is terrifying. We lead very peaceful lives. We cannot take that kind of stress. And then he said that this man has been nabbed. After he has siphoned out all the money from those accounts to the tune of some crores of rupees, billions of rupees. And then that money has been laundered and used for funding the terror attacks. In the meantime, my husband came. Even he got terrified. He said, "नहीं, आपके आधार कार्ड का ना photo भेजो." I said, "You should be having it if you have tracked me down." नहीं, फिर से भेजो and all that. Then they showed me an ATM card, which was later I realized morphed and edited with my name. But my husband's name was wrong, so we kept telling him, see, these people can't use my Aadhaar card to make this kind of ATM card. Still they went on insisting. We were terrified. They told us not to tell our children not to involve anyone, not to involve any neighbors or friends or anyone. Don't take calls, don't answer calls, don't make calls. Now we are people who are constantly in touch with our dear ones, especially our children. 5 to 10 times we make calls during a day, just communicating with them on simple things. So what happened was, we were isolated. It was like a house arrest. They told us to carry the phone wherever we went except in the toilet. So we had to sit in front of them, eat in front of them, do whatever little work I managed to do during the day. That also on that. My children called, "Mom, you haven't spoken to us today." I said, no, we will speak on Tuesday. This happened on Saturday. We went through that whole night with that camera on. And next morning again, I was very calm. In the sense that I knew I have a lot of faith in our judiciary and our Indian police. We kept telling them that also. So then by around 12 o'clock, again that man, the police on the other side of the camera, he said, "Madam, हमने Kishan Patel को आपका photo we mixed it with other people and we told them to point out if he knew Kishan Patel, because he kept accusing me of having sold my account for an exorbitant sum." I said, "Okay, you should have a paper trail for that amount if at all I have received anything." He said, "No, it's given in cash or in gold or in property." I said, "I have not received anything like that. Look at the state of my house. Do you think I am some billionaire who lives in this state? I'm a simple person, a normal second class citizen. Not even second class, I would say, but an ordinary person." No, that bombastic sounds, would terrify us. In the meantime, my daughter, she's a sharp person, a very clever person. She called my husband because I was not answering, and these people went on insisting that you have to keep the phone in front of us. Okay. So my husband was called by my daughter, and he went on the excuse of going to the toilet and spoke to her, told her about our situation, and she promptly said that these people are frauds. Disconnect. But we were so terrified. It was a traumatic experience. It was like mental imprisonment. So she, in the meantime, she called a friend who lives in our colony. God bless that girl. She's a lawyer by profession. And she came like a charging bull and rang the bell. And we still didn't take her in the house. My husband walked out and he said, no, you go away. These people are keeping us. You might get into trouble, dear, aisa karke. She said, "No, uncle, these people are frauds. They're playing on your mind. They're preying on your fear." So what she charged in, she disconnected the call. And immediately calls started coming in. And she was rude with them on the phone that I have called the police to attend to your fraud. After 4 such calls, again there's some SMS, some WhatsApp message came showing that I have to appear in Rohini police station for custody. Or serious action will be taken against me. And it was a very terrifying experience. I would not wish it on anyone. These people are sadistic bastards who prey on people's fear, because we are of the generation which have seen so many bomb blasts in Mumbai, in India, the terror attacks. So the first thing that comes to our mind is we don't want to be involved in these things. Our children should not get affected. That fear, they prey on it. And then, God bless these children. Where is Vachwana bolta hu? Okay, bas. We were this girl's cousin who is a cyber crime expert. He came over with his wife and he said, "Auntie, you don't have to fear. This is a fraud thing." We called 1930, which is a cybercrime number. And they told us, "Auntie, you have been cheated." Fortunately, no money was withdrawn as yet. No OTPs were given to me. So I have not clicked on them. And I was safe on that count till they came. He blocked my Aadhaar card biometrics. He helped me block my bank accounts, which again now I have to unblock after a week. I wouldn't wish this experience on anyone. It was so bad. The trauma we are going through, we went through, we alienated ourselves from our friends and family. It is bad. Please don't fall for it. Ultimately, this boy, he came with us to the Vanrai police station, closest to our place. We went there, we explained all this. And that policeman, he was such a gem of a person. Even the other police who were there, they heard us out. "Auntie, don't cry, don't fear. This was a fraud. You are fortunate. No money was taken. And please, please, my beautiful souls who are looking at this video, do not fall for it." He explained that if at all you are a criminal, not one, not two, but 3 letters in over a period of time will be sent to your house to appear at the closest police station. And if you are not at fault, you don't have to worry at all. Why would you worry? The police doesn't work like that in our country. And these will be court orders. So, don't fall for that also. If at all, someone again, a fraudulent person comes to your door and says, "This is a summons, you have to come," take the paper, read it, go to the closest police station and verify whether this is actually a case which someone has used against you. Don't fall for these fraudsters. They are sadistic scammers who are, this is their bread and butter, it seems. So they are scamming everyone, especially the senior citizens, whose children are away from home. But believe me, do whatever prayers you can during that time. And me, being a master at switch words, I intuitively started chanting on my own. Divine bring, chuckle now. It is a switch phrase for sorting out all our problems. I went on and on and on, if not verbally, mentally chanting it. And these 3 angels, they came and they protected me. They saved me from this trauma. Switch words are very powerful. I am telling you because I have tried them on myself. And I came out of it unscathed. No one could harm me. Not even these mean people. They are the actual terrorists. They terrorize people mentally. They should be severely punished, but they may not be caught at all. But beware. The purpose I'm telling you all this is, beware. Please don't fall for it. And if at all, these switch words are so powerful. There are switch words for getting help with your visa appointments, visa, green cards. Also, for slimming down, health switch words are there. There are switch numbers. All this helps. Even if someone wants to get married and desperately looking for a nice life partner, there are words. Someone wants a healthy bonny baby, there are words. Please beware, don't fall for this, and be safe. Thank you.